Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. This is Ghost War 38, and I've got another Jonah Hex video for you. This is another collection update video. There are several others that I don't think I talked about that I have ordered in the past that I'm just going to do a whole video showcase with all of them when I collect the last two of the runs. I have almost half of the new 52 set, which is what most of these are, and I have at least 75% of the Palmiotti and Gray initial run. These are some of the others I picked up. The ones here I got from Pleasant View Comics. Some of these in the bottom I did not, and I will be indicating those later in the video. And I got some here in the back. I finally got the Jonah Hex Welcome to Paradise trade, which reprints his first appearance and in Weird Western Tales. Sorry about that, my dog was being a pain in the ass. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I picked up this one first in the pile. This was the reprint that had some of the Weird Western Tales reprinted in here. And of course, his first appearance. The contents is Welcome to Paradise, Killers Die Alone, The Hanging Woman, which was adapted into one of the motion comics, Showdown at Hard Times, Face Off, The Trial, Lair of the Parrot, which is issue 2 from the 70s book, and The Day of the Chameleon, which was issue 4 from the 70s book. The one that you fell over earlier in the video was the Jonah Hex Spectacular. This was the famous or infamous Death of Jonah Hex story, and I was very happy to get this in my collection for an affordable price. I'm going to have to be very careful when reading this because the cover was not all fairly solid, or at least it was recently. So most it's just going to be like in the sleeve in here. I have a dedicated video where I'm going to be reviewing this and talking about this issue and the death of Jonah Hex. Because like I said in the very first video, Jonah Hex is one of the only few DC characters that gets a definitive ending. The Palmiotti and Gray second series, or their first run on Jonah Hex, revisits that death in issue 70. And the new 52 run on issue 34 also touches on that as well. But, of course, they can't let Jonah Hex rest, because during the events of Blackest Night, Jonah Hex comes back as a Black Lantern, along with several other Western characters, which you will see here in a moment. As we can see, even in death, Jonah Hex is still quite dangerous. I'm hoping you're one Turnbull that finally got himself some sense. Are we going to do this the easy way or the hard way? The Black Lantern of Quentin Turnbull is like, I hate to bust up this family reunion, but I believe your boy still has something that belongs to me. He's like, Hex, must you plague me even in death? And it was after the events of Blackest Night that we wouldn't see Jonah Hex again for a while until the events of the New 52 All-Star Western title. And now getting to the meat and potatoes of the pile down here. These are in no particular order. I literally just opened this before starting the video. So starting off from the top, we have Jonah Hex issue 31. It was in issue 28 that Jonah Hex had his face fixed, which is also in this pile. So that will be interesting to read the rest of this story. This issue 31 also has a Madam 44 Part 2 story. The first one was in issue 30. This next one is issue 15, which features a crossover with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is the Secret Origins issue. This one takes place shortly, this story takes place a little bit after the his death issue and the recovery of his body. I'm gonna talk about this story when I review his the death of Jonah Hex. So saving that for this one. 28, where Jonah Hex gets his face fixed. Look forward to reading that. Issue 27, when he meets Superman. I believe in one of the previous issues, when he gets teleported to the modern day, he also meets Batman as well in the New 52. I'll have to go back and see what issue that is and see if I have that one. 29, so 27, 28, 29, and then, excuse me, issue 30. So this is after 29, and then before issue 30, which I already have that in my collection. Don't know who that girl's supposed to be. Because I know in issue 30 I've read that one, he reunites with Tallulah, and I know that's not her. Issue 16, another one with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Curious to read that one. Issue 25. I believe this might be the first one where he's in modern day, or maybe that's issue 26. Issue 12. I have issues 1 through 11, so this is the next one in order. Issue 62 from the first Hex series. I have almost 75% of this run done. 63. Interesting title for this one, or cover, I should say. This is issue 18. Stormwatch with the Master Gunfighter. 17. Plague Upon Gotham. Issue 21. Batwing. Okay, maybe it's this one where he fights the Bat family. Because this has to be the first one where he does the time travel part. It's got to be somewhere between there. And then that was all from the comic shop. This is from another one I got separately. Here's this one. Issue 69. And then another smaller order I got with them. Issue 19. With Booster Gold. And then issue 30, where I talked about with the Madam 44, and Jonah Hex is back in his time period after getting his face fixed. Tallulah Black thinks the fixed Jonah Hex might be his brother, but he starts telling her things about her and their adventures together that she comes to believe that, okay, you are who you say you are. One of my favorites, and arguably one of the most hard ones to find for a good price without paying something astronomical. The first issue of the 1970s Jonah Hex solo series. This started coming out after Weird Western Tales. From the cover date, this was in 77. And so, that's that. With that all being said, I hope you guys liked this little video here. Sorry about the break. I was busy. And until then, I will see y'all, folks, next time. Subscribe, click that bell notification, turn your settings on to all, and I'll see you all later. Peace.